With over 1,000 Pokemon, there are bound to be some fan favourites and some not so popular Pokemon. Today I want to focus on those middle of the road kind of bad Pokemon that have some really cool uses in game. From speedrun world records to competitive Pokemon world champions, these are niche use cases of bad Pokemon. Up until around 2020, the supposed optimal speedrun method for Pokemon Black and White was to pick Tepig and sweep through the game with Emboar. That was until runner Buster made a breakthrough. He noticed that due to the weird mechanics of sending out Pokemon in Gen 5, heavier Pokemon took longer to send out and even had an extra animation. This wasted a lot of time, and he thought of a new strategy, which was to ditch your starter immediately and catch a Lillipup. Lillipup is a lot lighter than Emboar, so it takes longer to send out. It has a good matchup against some of the more difficult gym leaders, like Lenora and Berg. It gets set up moves such as Work Up, which saves time not having to purchase X items. Nowadays, both the English and Japanese world record use Stoutland, making this little pup most have written off as, just a little, regional rodent you'd catch throughout the game and use on your first team, and then he's cute, but you kind of fuck it off later, as an absolute beast of the 5th generation. I'm leaving that in, fuck it. There are two somewhat well-known cheese strategies for taking down the ever-terrifying Ultra Necrozma. One involving the ever-popular Zoroark, and the other using a little old Rattata, which is what we'll be focusing on today. Straight out of 2013 YouTube, we're going to be utilising Fia Rattata in a mainline game against arguably the toughest boss in all of Pokemon. Fia stands for Focus Sash, a held item that makes you live a normally fatal attack from full HP with 1 HP left. Endeavour, which is a move that lowers your opponent's health to yours, which in this case is now 1 HP, and the A stands for Quick Attack, which is a move that takes priority, so we'll be able to finish off the Ultra Necrozma, not like that, and the R stands for Rat. You can get a Focus Sash right before the fight in Pony Wilds if you talk to the very first girl on your right after defeating all the trainers. She'll challenge you to a battle where all the Pokemon use Focus Sash and they give you one. I've used this in many a Nuzlocke in the game because I'm a terrible person and it's funny letting a little rat go crazy. The most popular example of a supposed bad Pokemon being useful was when Sajin Park used Pachirisu to win a VGC World Championship. This has been widely covered, so I'll give a really quick rundown. He chose the cute little squirrel to fix bad matchups utilizing its special bulk and access to Follow Me. Quote, in order to take advantage of Gyarados' power, I needed a Pokemon that had Rage Powder or Follow Me. In the past he had messed around using Amoonguss, but it made him weak into the Zapdos and Ludicolo matchup. Thus Pachirisu was born. He used moves such as Super Fang and Nuzzle for even more utility, and its bulk to tank moves from scary threats in the metagame. And as we all know, the strategy paid off really, really well. VGC has a lot of weird use cases of unevolved Pokemon. I'm only going to be going over one more in this video, which is Clefairy. Clefairy has god-awful stats. Even with an Eviolite, it doesn't have nearly the amount of longevity as a leftovers Clefable does. Despite this, is the go-to pick over its evolved counterpart. But why is that? The main difference is abilities. Upon evolution, it loses access to Friend Guard, a doubles ability that reduces the damage you allied Pokemon take by 25%. It has this incredibly powerful ability while still keeping access to utility moves like Follow Me and Icy Wind. This really makes me wonder how good Clefable would be if it kept the ability. Maybe then singles and VGC players could finally agree on something. That something being that Clefable is Satan himself reincarnated. I wanted to try cover as many areas as possible in this video, apart from singles, as I'll probably give it its own dedicated video in the future. I've covered so far VGC, speedrunning, even some cheese strats, so why not Nuzlocking? I was thinking to what games I'd recently played through, and Heart Gold is one of them. I'd always heard Geodude was really good in that game, but I'd never really used it in any game for that matter, as I'm just not a fan of the line at all. I fucking hate Graveler. But I finally gave it a go, and holy shit, this rock is a monster. Geodude can carry you through the first 3 gyms using its Rock Stab against Falcon's Birds and Bugsy's Bugs. But also, it could solo Whitney's fucking Miltank. I'm not sure how good it is in the rest of the game, but it does eliminate the possibility of encountering it again thanks to Jupe's Cores. If you play with Jupe's Cores, you should play with... No, not if you play with Jupe's Cores. It's more fun. I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but you should. Yeah, there's that. This video was actually a lot of fun to make, so if you guys enjoyed it, let me know down below in the comments if you want me to make a dedicated video on any of these other topics, or make a part 2 to this video. I really had a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying making content on Pokemon, so subscribe for more of that. Whoa, hit the button. Am I doing it right? Am I doing the YouTube? Hit the bell. Comment your nan's name. Probably don't do that. Like the video as well. That one too. Alright, we're done here.